Welcome, fight fans,
to the Fighters Voice Kick-Ass Podcast. Your Fight Talk Authority. Not to mention the most entertaining and talked about podcast with your kick-ass host, Richard Ortiz.
You mad? Come at me, bro.
And his loyal kick-ass co-host, Senor Cole Escovedo. Streaming live and worldwide. Coming to you all the way live from a little place somewhere in Cali. The Fighters Voice
Kick-Ass Podcast.
Fresno, California, Mad Productions Studio. We're live in Fresno, California. If you subscribe, you're watching us on www.youtube.com/The Fighter's Voice. Remember, every fighter has a voice, and so do you. This is The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. Kick-Ass Podcast. If you're not here, you probably got kicked in the ass or you probably got knocked the hell out. We got a great show for you today. We got a recap from last week's MMA events and also Stockton's own Gabriel Flores Jr. We're going to do a recap on his career, his unanimous decision, get some take on Andy Vincent, who's fighting this week. And also, we're taking it back even MMA style with Chael and the Dragon, Machida. They're going to go at it. And Nicole Escovedo, the coach with the most. The UFC veteran's going to be touching about that. He's the one and only, the one kicking back, and I've been hearing some rumor about it that he's been in the gym. That's all I want to say. I'm not going to go into detail.
Man.
And of course, we don't got Batman and Robin. We got the Cut Woman. A superhero in itself. The only thing minus is the cape, because the whole get-up's there. There's no smoke. There's no mirrors. It's 100% Carol, and I need some help with your last name again. Siracusa?
Yeah.
Siracusa.
No, that's actually pretty good for him.
Siracusa.
He usually is real touchy
Good
about
job.
messing up people's names. He did really good on this one.
I don't want to mess up names.
He does.
I
He
do
tries
not
so
want
to.
to chop them up.
Sometimes he does it and he's like, God damn it.
I got to get it right, man. I got to get it right, man.
You got it right, Richard.
You know what? Finally, you're on. And I will say this,
Yes.
and I'm going to get some emails and text messages, but this is the way it is right here. You are finally on the hottest show in California, the Fighter's Voice Kick-Ass Podcast.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the invite.
It's
and thank you for having
been
me.
years in the making, right? Since back
Probably-
in the 1680 day. No. The station, the whole Fighter's
know.
Voice, and we're on Olive.
I know. It's
Yes.
been a while.
And now- and now
this
we're
is my
here.
first time, so thank you.
It's your first time,
Hey,
not your
appreciate
last
it.
time. Well, yeah, man. Boom.
Hey, it's better than that uppercut.
We're going to talk about that later on too. And actually, we got footage of that. My team did some research. We got
Okay.
footage of that.
We'll
So
see.
Did you
we're going to be taking
did
it back.
you throw an uppercut at you?
Well, I'll let her tell a story, and then I'll tell the story.
Oh, there's two versions?
The first time that I met her,
Man,
yeah.
I get to hear them both at the same time. That's going to be good to know. All right. That's, usually they separate the suspects. One's
Yeah.
in the car and they talk to one outside. They don't talk to them together.
Yeah, life's too short, and you never know when
Man.
you'll be in that conversation. Long story short, we're going to take a picture together, and I'm looking at the camera, and all of a sudden I see a right hand coming right at me. Right at me, man. And I'm like, what the hell?
No warning, no hey.
I know. Boom.
Punch is
Look, there's a
coming.
picture of it right there. Our team did our research and we caught that picture right there. See, that's her. Boom. She just turned it right
That
there.
looks like a
her head's
UN
actually out of
meeting.
the picture, but she turned that right hand right on my nose.
That looks like a United Nations meeting.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, that's the Fighter's Voice research team, and we did the research, we put it together, and we made it happen, my man. Boom. Look at that.
That's pretty close.
It is pretty close. She claims that it was a body shot or an uppercut. I don't remember.
It
that
was an
stuff.
uppercut. It was an uppercut. You were standing next to me, and I was just an uppercut. Pow, right up the middle, man.
It was more than that. It was more than that. It was more than that. But you know what? Let's talk about your career. Let's talk about what you're doing. I mean, you went from trainer. You're still helping amateurs. You're helping professionals. From trainer, I mean, you were driving back and forth, putting in the work. And now I see you on national TV working the corners. And that's just one step closer to what you want to achieve. Talk to us about your goals, where you're at, and where you started from.
Well, where I started from, if you want, I'll start there. Just where
Absolutely.
I started from was
Absolutely.
I was inspired and fell in love with boxing through my father, and boxing's in our blood. My dad started fighting and boxing since he was 8 years old, and that was like in 1935.
How old is your dad?
He's 91 years old today, or not today, but today he's 91 years old.
And she still has footage of her dad hitting the bag
Yeah.
in his 90s, my man.
Well, when you start out like a lifelong kind of fitness kind of thing, like
Yeah.
you're going to see guys like Randy Couture doing the same thing.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, he'll
they're
be
gonna,
90
they're gonna
doing
be
that.
sitting there hitting a heavy bag, lifting weights, hitting some bench press. Not crazy or anything, but
Yeah.
you're like, dude, are you really lifting 200 pounds?
Yeah.
You're like 90 something years old, and he'd be like, yeah,
He'll be doing that, kicking some young ass.
yeah. They're
You know
gonna
what I
take
mean?
like DNA tests of
Yeah.
that guy before he dies.
Yeah, exactly. So 90 today. Today's his birthday?
No. I just meant
Like, as of
now.
today.
As
Oh,
of today.
as of
He's,
today.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
91
that's right.
years old.
Like
Okay.
him being
Yeah.
alive today, he is 90-something years old. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Yeah, and he still trains today. He and I still train, and I get him on the mitts.
Yeah,
and
I
he
see
hits
that.
the heavy bag and the speed bag, and we get down. You know?
Yeah, I know you do. I
Yeah,
know you
we
guys
get
do.
down.
Being that
Yeah.
old, he how old was he back in the 40s?
Well, he was 8 years old when he started boxing, and that was in 1935.
Oh, okay.
What's his first name?
Frank.
Frank. Okay.
Yeah, Frank Rodriguez. So
Cool.
he's
That's a long time.
Yeah,
Long
it is a
time.
long time.
That's
And-
around like around WW2. He would have been like what, 18? 19?
Yeah, and
a long time.
he basically just followed boxing for many years since he was a young boy. He actually trained at the boys' club in Oakland,
Okay.
and he trained in a cellar too. Back
Oh,
in those
okay.
days.
Yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense.
And he also made a ring in his backyard with wood posts.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then he would put ropes around it, and that's where he would train
Yeah.
it.
His,
Like
homemade
That's
bag,
like that's like Little Rascals. Remember that when they hooked it all up
Exactly.
back in there, and you had who do you have? Stymie and Froggy and Alfie and
Alfie with the hair, with the afro.
yeah. But who else did you
Yes.
have? Wine or what was his name?
I don't know.
Butch's homeboy.
I don't remember
That's-
him.
He just said, "Come on, Wine," but he was always off camera. You never knew who that was,
That's funny.
right? Oh, and
That's something
Petey.
you'd see old school.
Petey was
Yes,
the dog, I
yes,
think.
yeah, Petey. Can't forget about Spanky either.
Like before they had heavy bags. Here's your heavy
Exactly.
Yeah.
bag.
Okay.
Kick it.
But he trained in Oakland at the boys' club,
Okay.
and he saw some of the really great fights, the really great fighters back in the day when boxing really was boxing.
Yeah.
And in 1942, when he was 15, he saw Henry Armstrong
Oh wow.
defeat. Who was it? It was Earl Turner.
Okay.
So he saw that at the Oakland Auditorium.
Henry
And-
Armstrong, correct me if I'm wrong, he held different bouts simultaneously, right? Three at one time. And
Yes, he did.
He didn't move up weight, and then I stood in this division.
Correct.
He would go down, for example, 140s, 147s, and then 160s. All okay.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Without
Consistent activity.
Yes, without leaving one division.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what.
So he was the
Henry
champ,
did.
champ.
Yeah, the champ.
And if
Right.
you look at it in the record books, he was the champ. You know, they got the champ. He's the champ.
Champ.
Instead of having
That's right.
double A
Exactly.
batteries, it's triple A.
There
in
you
the
go.
phone book.
Alkaline all day.
That's
Yes, sir.
right.
Okay.
So he saw that fight, and back in the day, he didn't have very much money. He barely even got into the auditorium,
Yeah.
but he made his way down to the front row, and he sat ringside and witnessed the fight live.
Oh, wow. He worked
Sitting
his way
ringside
down.
at 15 years old.
Yeah.
And then in 1949, he saw his all-time favorite fighter, which is Sugar Ray Robinson.
That's right.
And he also fought Earl Turner and
Yeah.
beat him.
We talked about
in 8
that
rounds.
when we mentioned your father last night, with Sugar Ray Robinson. Yeah.
That's his favorite fighter.
Yeah.
So he actually saw him fight too in person.
Wow.
So that was really amazing. He shares a lot of the stories from back in the day,
Yeah.
which has allowed me to learn a lot
Yeah.
of the history of boxing from somebody that's
Stories and-
still here.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
That actually lived it.
that actually lived it.
He should write a book.
Who, my father?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
should,
he should.
really.
He's like a walking almanac for boxing.
He should call it, and exactly, because he gets to see the change in boxing, what it was
Right.
then, till
Oh my God.
now, till where it's going to go.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely has seen a lot, experienced a lot.
Frank, if you're listening, I know you're watching, my man. Listen, I want to be part of that chapter number 10 and where we are today, okay?
Yes.
But I want to sit and chew the fat with you, and I just want to pick your. He's not on his way?
Yeah,
We got to get him here.
I
I wish
know.
we had the money just to send over a stretch, bring Frank over here. You know what I mean? Sit a Corona right here and just let Frank, chip away.
Tell stories.
Tell us about the sweet science. And in boxing, when they used to call it pugging, because they used to call it pugging. It was boxing with the nickname, hey, do you pug? That was back in the day. Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Oh, ask Frank.
What did pugging?
What do you think I get? I text Frank and he'll just, 90 years old, he texts me
What
back.
did pugging stand for?
Just like fighting, just like swapping.
Huh.
I mean, you want to fight, you want to swap.
yeah.
That's what it was.
Sounds like something you
Yeah,
get
but,
like.
but the pose was this.
sounds like something like Pikey
Giving up
would
all
say.
your face and everything, but it was just this back in the day. But it's all good. So I'll let you finish telling the story. I just had to jump in there, man.
No,
So I got
that's all
excited
good.
hearing about Frank and thinking, is Frank on the way?
I know. Next time.
Yes.
Hopefully next time. But see, now
Yes.
that you called him out,
I got to
he's
get
gonna
that
have to.
soundbite from 91 years old Frank. He's going to look in the camera and says, "I'm down with the Fighters Voice." That's right. Yes.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
definitely do that for
All right,
you
we'll
for
do
sure.
that. We'll do that.
We're going to
But-
start getting people that are going to be like, there's going to be like a price, like they're going to have to trade rounds with him or something.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Couple rounds, Rich. Go ahead.
There we go. There we go. All right.
Yeah, he gets down. So through my father and the love that we both share for boxing, that transferred over to me, and then I've always wanted to, back early in when I was young, I wanted to fight professionally one day, and but I had a lot of health issues along the way, and when I was 19, I had a stroke, which was caused by migraines, and that was hereditary. So that kind of, slowed things down for me and whatnot. But as the years went on, I finally went ahead and started to train at local gyms.
Yeah.
I live in Livermore right now, so I
Right-handed
trained
or
at
left-handed?
Right-handed.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I trained at local gyms, and I finally, decided to make a change, and then I had an opportunity to start training with Richard Perez in Manteca.
Okay.
So I started to train with Richard, and
Now,
for those of you,
yeah, exactly. Please let everybody
Yeah.
know who Richard is.
Right.
And he's someone that I heard can be moody. He's not a camera person. He just wants to take care of business.
he just takes care of business.
Yes,
Yeah, he's a
yes.
good man, and so for
that
those
name
of
ring
you,
a bell? Does that name ring a bell, Cole? I don't mean to interrupt.
No.
Okay.
Richard Perez.
I'm
Okay.
not.
Yeah.
Okay,
My boxing.
You'll put two and two.
It's
No,
okay.
no, you'll put two and two together very quick. Trust
Okay.
me. Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know who Richard Perez is, he's the boxing coach for Nate Diaz and the Diaz brothers and
Now
other
I can.
names.
Now I know who you're talking about.
Old army
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Old
now,
bad
I,
dude.
now I can picture him.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Exactly. And other like fighters like Yancy Medeiros and Cron Gracie and Chris Avila, people and a lot of the people from the 209.
That's right.
So I trained with him, and I was experiencing some health issues again. But it's something, things were different, and a lot of pain, and I just was fatigued a lot. So come to find out, I was diagnosed with cancer. So I had to have surgery right away. I actually trained up until the day before my surgery because I was just such a diehard.
Oh, just dedicated.
I was
Absorbing it.
dedicated,
You
and
could use you every day you can.
yeah, use
Absolutely.
it every day that I could, and although I was going through a lot of hardship and health issues, it allowed me to cope with what was happening and what
Yeah.
what was going on at the
You
time.
found your serenity, and you kept it there.
Exactly. I mean, I got to keep it real though, because after going through that, there's a lot of things that I think not just myself, but I'm sure there's people that are listening that might be experiencing the same thing. That I was all strong at first, and then when I was experiencing it,
Yeah.
I felt defeated, and I did experience some
Well,
depression.
you felt human.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And felt depression and a little anger, like why me? Why
Yeah.
me? But I had to turn that more into something positive, and just had to realize that what, I don't care. I was knocked down, but I got back up.
That's right.
I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor, man.
Yep.
I'm a warrior. So you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that only lasted for a minute. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? As far as feeling the defeat because of, like you said, being human.
Absolutely.
But hopefully people out there can hear this and realize, too, that
Well,
they
I-
can
I-
overcome things.
You shared somewhat of a little bit of your story with me, and I did some research as well. And you are a true pioneer for not just women, but for continuing to fight. And you're the true definition. And I've said it over and over again. And we had Christina Potter, who's a broadcaster for Top Rank Boxing.
Right.
She got clearly what the fighter's voice stands for. And I'll say it again: you don't have to walk inside a cage or a boxing ring to be a fighter. You can be fighting with life, no matter what obstacle brings you down, or maybe win that round. It didn't win the whole fight, and you're
Exactly.
living proof of that. And
Well,
I'll let
thank
you. I'll
you.
let you continue because you fit the mold exactly for the fighter's voice. And I'm gonna interrupt this conversation right now
Sure.
because I have these gifts for you because you deserve to wear the fighter's voice
thank
T-shirt and
you.
hat. And
Oh,
there's some
sweet.
phone stickers there too
Look at
that are
that
in the
hat
hat.
right there.
That's right. So.
The phone stickers are actually pretty cool.
The
Those
phone
things last,
stickers,
man.
right? I'll put this right here.
Okay.
See the phone stickers.
Oh,
there
look
you
at
go.
that.
Boom,
That's
boom. Put
tight
them on
right
your
there.
phone. Yes, yes.
This is. I haven't replaced this since.
Oh, then I got to get you another one.
since the what was it To combat that, save.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, but
There you
I'm
go.
talking about the durability on them. It's
yeah.
actually not that bad.
Thank
There
you
go.
very
Yeah.
much.
Oh, you're more than
thanks
welcome.
for that. I'll
And the
definitely
stickers are in there too.
I will definitely be repping that big time.
Yeah, there's one for you. There's one of each. One for thumbs up for Richie, the fighter's voice,
Oh,
and there's
sweet.
another set for your dad.
Oh, good. He'll
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
going to love that. Thank
Oh,
you
there
very
you go.
much.
There you go.
I
So
appreciate
please
that.
finish that story.
Okay, so let's see.
Kind of broke through the levels. Kind
yeah,
of went
broke
through the grief.
levels, and so then I went through the downtime and got back to training
Yeah.
and said, you know what, I ain't gonna let that stop me, and I kept training.
Yeah.
And I was still training with Richard at the time, and a couple years go by, and then the more that I trained, the harder that I trained,
Yeah.
the more issues that I started feeling, such as, exhaustion and trouble breathing and anxiety. And I could never understand why. No matter how hard I trained, I couldn't get past that threshold
Yeah.
to be able to reach reach the conditioning level that I needed to be to fight.
Right.
And it was very frustrating. And
It's like having a wall on the road that there's a mountain on each side, and there's just
Yeah.
a wall of a sudden. You can't go anywhere.
I mean, I felt
Yeah.
like all
Trying to get over that wave.
yeah, it's frustration. Yeah.
I just felt like all the odds were against me, and I was like, why is this happening,
Yeah.
And then, believe it or not, I had a heart attack. And that was due to blockages that I had. I had one artery 100% blocked and the other artery 90% blocked. So right now I have 2 stents in my heart. Yes, and so that explained why I was having trouble, training
getting past
and
that.
getting past that.
Yeah, your
point.
body was already redlined. Your heart was already redlined.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the
just
good
couldn't do
thing
it
out of it is, of course, she's here, but she pushed her body so far that she was able to find out before it
Yeah.
was kind of too late or didn't know. And she knew she was pushing that Ferrari, and that Ferrari was kind of slowing down, which got the attention to get it fixed.
I mean, luckily, the doctor did tell me that if it weren't for boxing, I wouldn't be here today.
Boom.
Because I wouldn't have been training as hard. I wouldn't be pushing myself
Yeah.
and trying to, force that blood to pump through those
Yeah.
those arteries.
That's
so now after all of that, being a stroke survivor and a cancer survivor and a heart attack survivor. I mean,
Damn, you're just kicking ass, huh?
let's just keep it like where it's at and just keep moving forward.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't want
There
no
you
more
go.
issues.
There you go.
But you know what?
Doctor's going to look at a chart and be like, what? I've had doctors do that. They look
Yeah.
at my chart and they go, what? Why are you here? All right. Sure.
Yeah, right?
So, yeah, she's going to start having a big old thick packet of paperwork. Just here.
Yeah, so I just bring my own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boom.
save your time, doc.
Yeah, here you go.
But at the end of the day, I am very blessed to be here. God kept me here for a reason.
And that's right.
And I feel like He has big plans for me, and I feel like there's a reason I'm here, whether it's to inspire other people or help other people and reach other people, and also to live my dream as far as what I'm doing right now. And
You seem to be very happy in doing what you're doing
Oh,
to the
yeah.
highest level. So,
I absolutely am.
and you know what? I don't know a lot of people that could have survived that mentally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Real,
Without staying in that avenue, without doing. So you are a spokesperson. I mean,
thank
you
you.
need to go talk to those that are out there
Yeah,
because
I would
there's
love
people
to.
there with questions. But this may not make sense, but they're not asking. They're just keeping them to themselves because they
Right.
don't know
Yeah.
there's anybody out there going through the
Yes.
same thing. But they're asking it just by their look, by the hurt and the pain. And watch, God's going to put some people in your path.
yeah.
And
well,
there it is there.
Amen to that.
That's right.
But yes, I would love to do that, and thank you for bringing me on the show to give
absolutely, our
giving
pleasure.
me a voice to
Our
allow
pleasure.
me to speak to your audience or to the audience to be able to maybe touch some people that you got to keep fighting. If you get knocked down, you got to get back up. Don't ever
Exactly.
give up. You know what I mean? And so that's just it's bred in me to be like that
Yeah.
through my father, through the love and the having boxing in our blood.
Yeah, that's right.
Being fighters and
That's right.
You know what I mean? So if it
Yeah.
weren't for that, I
Definition of a true
honestly,
fighter.
Actually, you're right. But honestly, I really don't think I could have got through all those things if it weren't for that. Having that, in my blood and
Yeah.
and mindset that I had.
Yeah.
But like I said,
Well, you
I
got
had
a strong
downtime.
pedigree. I mean,
Well,
it's there. It's right there. I mean, you cannot coach somebody through that. You couldn't teach them through that.
No.
You either got to have it or you don't.
Right.
It's that will to survive.
Right. And I know there are people out there that that just give up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
Oh, every
sometimes
day.
sometimes you need to really be positive and have a really great positive frame of mind and believe in yourself and hope for the best. And that alone sometimes is what will get you through some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a lot easier said than done, and a lot of people look
Of
at it that
course
way.
it
But
is.
it's just you have to stay positive, and you will keep looking at the fact that there's a possibility of a positive outcome, versus just kind of saying. Then all you
Right.
see is the negatives. You're like, well, this is not going to end any good way. It's just
Right.
whatever. So, but you just got to stay positive and just keep looking at. There's always the possibility of it getting better. That's
Right.
always going to be there, because I mean.
You know, I'm impressed, and I love the part that she's still chasing her dream. It's just in a different trail. You're still gonna get to that goal, but you're just going a different way.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different avenues. Speaking of which, what got you into cut work?
Well, because of the fact that, I was devastated of not being able to continue to fight. The realization of,
Speaking
my
of-
dream was.
Yeah.
That's a combate fight, right?
Yeah. There. Yeah.
Hey, who took those pictures? They got down.
That was Aaron Douglas Beaulieu. I
Okay.
don't know.
Quick
Sorry
plug
if
for
I.
Aaron.
Yeah. Sorry
No,
if
no,
I.
good plug for him.
Did
Plug him,
not.
plug him.
It's a female, and she's from Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So she
That's a
did
drive.
really. That was fights in L.A.
Yeah, that's my favorite right there.
There you go.
That's my favorite right there.
on.
So
yeah.
no, it is because we take pictures wherever we see each other.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter
I think
what
that's the
event
best
we're
one.
You're
at,
gonna see all kinds
and
of
we take
event pics.
pictures.
Yeah, I think
well,
that's
the other
the
one
best
was
one.
better. The first one where you were swinging at me. Yeah, that was the one right there. That's the one we need to post.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
I
there
love
it is.
that.
There it is.
Yes.
There. Yes.
There you go.
So we have photographers everywhere, and we just we captured it. Yeah.
That's
rough.
great.
That's
She
a
laid into me,
shockwave.
man.
That's a shockwave.
That's
Tell me
funny.
about it. Tell me about it.
So,
So did you start in boxing for cut work, or?
Yes. Actually, I began coaching first. I went from boxing, and then when I couldn't box anymore with my health issues,
Yeah.
then I moved on to coaching, and then I would coach with different gyms. Such as Richard Perez, I was also
Yeah.
coaching with him, but I also coached with Tom Fernandez, which,
Yeah.
by the way, he said to say hello to you. What's
Oh,
up?
he did?
Yes, he's in Turlock.
Hey, he's been grinding. He's been lifting weights, huh?
Yeah, yes, he's all swole right now.
Posting videos and stuff, man. Like before and after. No, yeah, he's putting it down.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got a high
Yeah.
intake diet, I imagine.
Yeah.
Then?
Yeah, so but I
He used to
give-
chill in the mat. He used to kick back in Madeira.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of getting itchy again. Just wants to get in shape, stay in shape.
Hey, man, he's getting in shape for somebody. I'll
Yeah.
say that. I'll say that. Yeah. And they won't
funny.
be wrestling in the cage. No. My man, Tom, what's up, buddy? I got your
Yeah.
back.
Heck yeah. So, I'm part of his team. We work together,
Yeah.
as a team for quite some time. And no matter what I do, I'll always still be a part of that team.
Yeah.
We train a lot of, amateur fighters
Yeah.
and things of that nature. But so then I also was coaching through other gyms, such as Main Event
Main
in
Event.
Fresno. So I was driving all the way to Turlock.
T,
I was
Big
driving,
Al Perez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and driving all the way to Fresno.
I remember that.
And then I also trained and coached over at Pound for Pound, which is Robert Guerrero's gym.
The Ghost
in
Guerrero.
Gilroy.
Yep, Gilroy.
So then from there, all the fight camps that I've been in has allowed me to work with all the different fighters, whether my fighters or the other fighters.
Do you still
wherever.
travel like that?
Oh,
a lot?
yeah.
So at this point, I can imagine you've turned your vehicle into a company vehicle, right?
Oh, yeah. It's
Like I'm gonna go all Ben Affleck and be like, so the company vehicle is
Yeah.
what you
Yes.
drive around all the time.
Yes.
So you log those company miles,
Yes.
and that is traveling to work,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
'cause
you
that's,
got
dude,
that right.
Dude, I had a job that was in like Dos Palos.
Yeah.
That I drove to like a couple times a week, and that's a drive a couple times a week, right? And then they stopped paying for the mileage, and I was like, I did the math after that, and I was like, okay, so it's gonna cost me $25 a month to go get bit by dogs. I was like, I'm good, bro. I can't do it anymore. He was like, no, I understand, because he was the handler. I was just a
Yeah.
decoy suit guy, and he was like,
Yeah.
no, he goes, I understand, bro. And I go, I'm not going to pay money to go get bit, bro. I go,
Yeah.
it's costing me money to have this job. And he goes, yeah,
Exactly.
all right.
Right.
But so I would say that's a lot of driving.
Yeah, it is a lot of
that's
driving.
that's your investment. That's her time. That's her
Absolutely.
commitment. Investment time, willing to go to those far places where a lot of people be like, I can find something maybe closer or not, and
Oh
then
my
they
gosh.
don't expand their brand. Like I've had guys in my past where they've been said, hey, come do a seminar in like Chowchilla, come do a seminar in Parlier, come do a seminar in Fowler, come do a seminar like some just off town
Yeah.
somewhere. And he's like, no, I'm good. And I'm like, why wouldn't you do that? It doesn't make any sense. I go, even if it's break even,
Yeah.
As long as you're not losing, even if you're
exactly.
losing, if you're losing money, you should probably do it anyway, just because of the fact that it's good for your brand, it's good for your market, it's good for
Right.
your image.
Right.
Exactly.
The fact that they called you and said, "Hey, would you come to a seminar out here?" Like that alone.
Speaks volumes.
Yeah,
I mean,
when you start building your
It
brand and
is.
stuff, so that's investment.
You
Time
have to
spent.
invest in yourself. You got to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Driving down to Stockton every Thursday is spreading the Fighter's Voice brand out there. It's not easy. It's easy to say, okay, nah, I'm good. No. No, that's an opportunity.
Right.
They're giving you an opportunity to bring a platform down to the 209 where there is no platform in the 209.
That's
So
true.
it's
You
it's
can
out
have
there, and
first
how bad do you
footprint
want
in
it? Exactly. Exactly. So I can concur with everything you're saying.
Well, that's good because, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing a lot of driving. Like you said, it's an investment in myself. It's a way for me to get myself out there, to get more exposure, to get more experience. And,
Yeah.
and as time went on, working with the different fighters and all the different fight camps, I would always be the one that would take care of their bloody noses, their cuts, their swelling, wrapping their hands. So there's been years of me doing that, working with all the different gyms
Yeah.
and all the different fighters within those gyms. That is where it's brought me here today, to where I feel, number one, it, as a person, not just as a coach, but as a person, that my fighters, whether they're my fighters or not,
Yeah.
even if it's someone else's fighter, if I'm working on them, the fighter safety is the number one
Yeah.
most important thing. So I find that it's just a natural instinct for me, for some reason, to take over. Like, excuse me, I got this.
Yeah,
I'll take care of
exactly.
that. And so I just take, I just step up to the plate and just do it, and I enjoy doing it because it's like I said, it's gratifying, and also
Well, you're very focused in what you do, because I've watched you, and I was the last Copa Combate fight. We had a fighter come in, and he's dancing. I mean, he's getting his freak on, and Carol's touching him up, checking him, making sure, and he's just getting his freak on. He's actually trying to get a little grind on, but see, Carol's just keeping her composure.
I remember we had footage of that at one
Yes,
point.
Yeah,
You
that's
dancing
the last
around
thing.
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
Yeah.
See, what the camera saw, and then the fighter just leaves. But what my team picked up is when the fighter left, there's a little pat on the butt. Boom.
No
"Oh,
way.
get him." Yeah,
He
we
is
just
so-
we got that in slow
no,
motion.
Yeah, dude, I
Yes.
saw that. I was like,
No.
Yes, like look at her, look at her.
Oh, no way.
And we slowed it down. Boom,
no
boom, boom,
way.
boom,
You
boom.
play that right now.
Hey, we got a good
dude,
research team. They just may.
you get a lot of guys that'll be bouncing around stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've seen guys like McCarthy, Stitch, Rosenthal, a couple of those guys. I've seen them go, stop moving, because they're
Yeah.
trying to just get
Yeah.
it done.
Absolutely.
And I've seen them bounce around too. And I've seen guys who don't say anything and they just let them do their thing. Next thing you know, they got a blob of fucking Vaseline in
yeah.
their eye, and now they're
Exactly.
going, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's rough.
Yeah.
It's hard. You got to really know what you're doing
Exactly.
and be
Right.
able to just move with the guy. If he's not, if he's gonna move, fuck it, let him move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see I see guys like Rosenthal. I see the guys like Mazagai and Herb and stuff, and they say, "Hey, I need you to not
Exactly.
move. I'm trying to do this real quick." If a guy's moving, dude,
Settle down.
don't fuck
man.
with him.
Yeah.
You're basically telling them, "Stop, get out of your rhythm." And the second you do that, dude, they go, "Huh?"
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
chew
Yeah.
just through his whole
Rhythm
now,
off.
professionals and stuff, they might
Yeah.
be like, whatever, they don't give a fuck. But some guys, dude, you just fuck their whole train of
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
might have a process from curtain to ring.
Right,
they
right.
don't change until they get in the ring,
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
now it's just whatever. But they have
Yeah.
like this process, dude. It's like
Yeah.
you just told them to stop.
Yes, right in the middle of his
Fuck.
rhythm.
Yeah, dude. So just got to go with them sometimes.
Go with it, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
little good game after. It's
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, that's
you know?
what I said. Boom. Hey, I'll meet you after. I'll meet you
Yeah.
after. I'll be right here.
But I can understand it. But at the same time, I would go with that same way. I'd be like, just let him move. Just try to get as little on it as possible.
It was the first fighter that I've had move that much and dancing in my face like that. So, but I stayed focused as you saw.
You kept your composure. Yeah.
And I kind of moved with him a little bit when he was, going back and forth. I was like this and like this. And,
Oh no, that wasn't moving. I
But-
saw like little hip movement.
No, hell,
yeah,
no,
so that yeah,
he's full of it.
No, we got that on
You know,
video. We
I
do
don't-
actually.
I wasn't there, but video is video. That's all
Video
I'm
is
saying.
video.
Okay.
Just like
Oh, you both ganging up on me
no,
now.
we'll settle out just like Connor settled out.
We'll
Remember
settle
on that
this.
phone?
We'll settle this.
I
See,
saw
see,
that
she's
video
down.
too. I saw that video, dude. That video was just it was nothing. It turned out to be absolutely fucking
told you.
nothing. Like he
I told
just
you.
smacked the phone out of the guy's hand because the guy was like, you could tell the guy was like saying something stupid.
Yeah.
Like you could see he was just fucking. And it was like It was all bright lit. They were walking through the opening of a front of somewhere. Is where it was, and there was paparazzi outside and stuff. It was nothing. It's like,
Well,
what
I
the
mean,
fuck?
you can go to jail for anything. You can
Dude.
spill beer on somebody and you go to jail.
Yeah, no,
It can happen to anybody.
Poor Connor is all I can say right
yeah,
now. The
yeah.
guy's just, he's got too much negative press and not enough positive press of him being asked to fight. It's a lot of him telling people that he wants to fight them and they should fight them. And everyone's just like, Nurmagomedov was like, why, dude? You haven't won a fight in 3 years.
Yeah.
You in Mayweather.
He just made that statement today, recently,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
He was like,
Yeah.
you haven't won a fight in 3 years. He's like, why do I'm good. So, but he's got to get past Dustin first. So.
Yeah, we shall see. I think he will. We're going to touch on that. So you work with, and that was an MMA event. So is there a transition from working with boxers to mixed martial artists?
Not really. No.
Networking, I'd say, would probably
you
be
can do
the
it simultaneously. You
bridge.
know, you can. It's just the hand wraps are different. And,
Okay.
But and the rules are slightly different
Yeah.
too. You know.
As far as when you work in the corner.
Yeah, when you work in
time
the
frame.
corner and stuff like that, like in the cage, you know that you can only have a couple of people in the
Yeah,
cage.
you're only allowed so many people, and like,
And
if,
then you can, as a cut person, you can't go in unless there is a cut or
Yeah.
there's bleeding.
or if
so
a cornerman says, "Hey, switch out, come in and take a
Right.
look at this, flatten this out or something."
Almost like a
Right.
NASCAR team, right?
Yeah, that's why you got a
Okay.
lot of guys that they don't. It's and I'm sure you've experienced this. Like at least when they did when the UFC, they'll come in the room and say, "Hey, do you want anyone specific to come in and wrap your hands? Do you want anyone specific to be your corner cut?" And usually my coach and I'm sure you've experienced, they'd be like, "No, we're good." Because what he would do is he would just like he picked up like the little nuances, like how to flatten out a mouth, how to get blood pushed out of from the eye, how to tell if the nose is broken, how to swab it so that it'll stop, and it'll say don't blow your nose out. Things
Right.
he knew enough to unless you were cut. If you were cut, he would just say, "Hey, come in, cornerman,
Yeah.
Vaseline that up real quick.
Yeah,
Let's get that,
yeah.
whatever." Other than that, he was pretty good about just kind of nitpicking on that kind of stuff. So
Right.
because he knew that, especially on your farm league shows, you're only really allowed so many guys, even less on farm league. So you're not even going to get usually an extra teammate to come in and help with what you would
Yeah.
usually do as a one-man band kind of thing.
Right, right.
So he's kind of got to like, he's got he had like the armband thing and stuff. He'd have swabs and everything in there, and he'd be like, "Okay, take a look." He'd like flatten things out, and then the other guy would talk to him.
Look how look how big that guy is.
Oh, is this the ass slap video?
Yeah, he was, I think,
That's one of them.
6'5" or 7", something like
Yeah,
that.
that dude's tall.
Well, Carol putting in work right there.
Yeah, that was probably one of the tallest that I think I've worked with.
Yeah.
But he had probably the biggest hands I've seen. You know that I've
Oh,
wrapped.
okay. I thought you were saying
Could you
something
imagine
else.
trying to
But-
reach Gustafsson or Jones?
Yeah.
Like just being like, "Well, could you bend down?
I know,
Thank
right?
you." I'd just be like,
Oh,
"Dude."
no. You
Yeah.
know what? I'll just take over and just be like,
Yeah.
"Excuse me, I got this, man,"
Yeah.
and just get up there and do it.
Yeah.
Jones, down.
There you go.
There we go. Thank you. But I would say networking's probably going to be how you would go from boxing to an MMA. There's not really a call. It's more of like who you know. Like you're going to run into somebody. You run into like a Stitch at a boxing event or something, and he just says, "Hey, we're coming back here in a month. Are you going to be around?" "Yeah." "Hey, okay, give me your info. We'll
you
probably
go.
use you on this
How
show."
did you get that opportunity for Combate?
Candyman.
Candyman.
Cutman
Candyman
Candy.
is the father of Marky.
Marky.
Remember the shirts? Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's
Yeah,
up. Black,
that's
the black
what's
and
up.
silver. one in
Mark,
my
I know
closet
you're
right
watching.
now.
What's up, my
Yeah, what's
man?
up,
Hey, I'm
Marky?
waiting for
What's
my
up,
shirt
Candyman?
with the blue right here. Candyman.
Yes.
I got
bandana.
that. It's in my closet right now.
Yeah,
dude.
that's
It's
right.
black and silver on
That's
it.
what he's.
Yeah.
That's what he's known
With
for.
the
That's his
bandana.
trademark. Is
Yeah,
the
the
bandana.
bandana.
This is Candyman boxing.
That's what's up. Yeah.
And of course, my trademark is my red hair.
I like it. I like
Thank
the
you.
branding.
Thank
I
you.
like
It's
the
Nice.
branding.
You gotta have something. Even
Yeah.
even every
She even has
aspect
the
of the
red
sport.
gloves, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that
she's
the
making it
dog
happen.
gloves. Yeah, no,
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
you have to have in every aspect of the sport. You have to way to
You got
brand
to
yourself
brand.
and market.
You
This is
have
the
to
way it is.
brand.
Right.
Your
It's
brand.
just
See,
the
look
way
at
it
the
is.
back of her. Just boom right there.
Yeah. And can I give a shout out? Can I get a shout
There's
out?
one sticker missing. It should be the fighter's voice
Yes,
or something like
well,
that.
I can
Absolutely,
update
give
it.
a shout out.
Okay, that's that there. The vest was from
Put it back
FNA.
on there right there. I mean, that's some good work right
That's
there.
FNA Fight Night Apparel.
Boom.
Jay Torres set me up on that. Took care of my
Jay
business
Torres.
business cards,
Yeah.
and
We got a business card too, I believe.
He's really
You
great
got
at what he
down,
does.
there you go.
Yep.
Nice work right there.
So any fighters out there and cornermen and teams that want to get any cornerman vests or jackets and trunks and hoods and all that for the fighters when they for walkout
Or a
sets.
cut person that's
Or a
available
cut
for work.
person,
There
yes.
you go.
You know, or if you're part of a team,
Absolutely.
you know, he's
Still
the
do
man.
classes?
Excuse me.
Do you still do classes?
Classes.
Yeah, like rap classes. Things
You
like
know,
that.
I do. I've actually done a couple of those. I just do my own thing. You know, I'm independent. But if
Yeah.
anybody wants to do, wants any classes, I will definitely do,
Nice.
instructional classes and things
Nice.
of
'Cause
that
there's a
such.
lot. There's like what she was saying, boxing, you're just trying to give as much cushion and padding that's comfortable for him without cutting off the circulation, because he's just dropping bombs. That's it. Don't break the hand. But MMA, you've got, okay, are you I've seen
Grappler?
Stitch. Yeah, are you a grappler or a striker? What do you want? Are your
Right.
big gloves or small? Well, they're going to be small gloves and I'm grappling. Okay, so we're going to go heavy on the knuckles, light on everything else so that you can fit your
Right.
hand in there and get grip on your palms. I'm bombing on him. I'm Robbie Lawler. Cool. Extra large
you go.
gloves. Let's
Yeah.
wrap those fucking knuckles
Yeah,
out. Like
that's right.
That big
that's all
guy.
it is, dude.
Yeah.
That big guy though, the big tall guy,
Yeah.
he was
That was a great fight.
larger than a extra large, and they, he didn't. I don't think they had the glove.
Yeah,
fit
no,
it properly. So
you gotta go
I
light
had to
on the
make
wrap
some
sometimes.
adjustments
Hanson
on that.
LeVar Johnson hands.
Yeah, dude, LeVar I think had to rail like double or triple XL on UFC.
right.
Oh my
Like they're
God.
fucking big.
Yeah, they
Because
are.
you got to remember, his hands are big as it is, and you're
Wow.
going to add another like half inch to an inch of girth to the rest of that hand. So I guess
That
so it's
word,
like,
that word.
and
Yeah.
and then you still got to fit it into the glove.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's with the glove. So the glove's got to be bigger than if I were going to wear like a small glove,
Yeah.
I put my boxing wraps on and I wear the small size UFC gloves and it's a little tight. I'd have to wear a medium for a fight.
There you
Okay,
go.
yeah.
Just because I want to be able to fit my hand in without it being
Exactly.
all like
Yeah.
catty cornered. I don't
Yeah.
I don't want the
That's
circulation
what's
cut
up.
off.
Hey, real quick shout out. Hey, a happy late birthday to Big LeVar Johnson from Madera, California, who's now residing, I believe, in Fresno, California. I don't mean to put your business out there, my man, but I got you, big dog, a big late happy birthday, man, to
When's his
LeVar
birthday?
Johnson. Day before yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's say what's a Monday?
Former UFC heavyweight, former Bellator heavyweight. And there's a slash there because we don't know where he's going next.
That's true. You know,
Yeah.
the guy's got talent. There's
Guy has
literally
power.
nothing wrong with
No.
his ability to drop bombs and throw knees. Just like you get a lot of big guys where they just, it's hard to say. It's just for a big guy, his technique was good. He had
Yeah.
really good tight palms. He went right for knees to the face. It just shit happens, man.
That's just it right there. You know, I'm noticing you came in here with a whole notebook of notes, man. I mean, what do we need to cover right now? I don't mean to
No,
put you on
I've
blast. We're
already
having
kinda
blasting.
covered- I've
We're
already
having-
covered most of my
She
No,
had
that's
pre-written
good.
answers.
No, but you
she
know what?
went all
No.
fucking senator on us is what she went. She was like, "Oh, I'm glad you asked that question."
Yes.
Am I
So what I
reading-
was
but am I
thinking-
reading my
No,
my notes?
but no. This is what I like though. A true professional
Thank you.
comes well prepared.
Very much so.
Well prepared.
She just wanted to make
That's
sure
right.
she didn't say anything that was going to be risking incriminating.
Exactly.
Possibly.
Oh,
We'll get-
absolutely
we'll get
not.
sued.
I can
Michael
handle
say
it all.
this or that.
No way. I can
No,
handle
she-
it all.
she
Here,
can
if
handle
you
it
want,
all.
here, take my notes. I don't give a care. Here, it's all
Oh,
gone.
I'm cool. No, I'm
done.
I'm
What-
giving you a
what-
hard
what did
time.
you- what did
Hey,
you
I'll
have
just
notes
give her a
on
hard
that?
time. But I do want to say this,
Just
okay?
kidding.
I do want to say this. I was talking to somebody the other day, and you know what they said? Hey, bro, you should have Carol on there. I know her. So, no. They're telling me all this. They go, I'll introduce you to her, and I'm just. sitting back
Meanwhile,
there.
you're like, we're going to have her on like tomorrow, bro. But dude,
No, I wanted to tell them. I didn't want to.
Insult him?
I didn't want to pop their little bubble. Man, that I've known Carol before you were where you're
Yeah.
at, okay?
Yeah.
Yes. But I just said, okay, I appreciate that. But they were all happy, you know, like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, that's
well,
cool.
Yeah, no,
'cause
it was very cool.
That's that just shows you their enthusiasm to supporting the
Exactly.
show because they want
Exactly.
to introduce you to somebody that they think it'd be fun to have on your show.
Exactly. And
That's
on
good.
that, they're following and supporting Carol.
Me,
Wow,
on the other hand,
that's
me
cool.
personally, I would have
Yeah,
bursted
yeah.
their bubble. Me personally, though.
No, I know you would have.
I would have been like, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. She's coming on the show this week.
Yeah.
Like, I'm way ahead of you. I'm so glad you're going to listen then, right? And then boom, sold.
Boom. There
Totally
it is.
Fucking
deflated their
sold.
bubble. Huh?
There it is.
But
there.
they'd listen.
There
Yeah,
it is
right.
there.
They'd guarantee to listen. I'd be like, dude, tell everybody she's going to be on.
Well,
Oh, my gosh.
Before the show, I mean, we got 21 minutes, so we're going to cover some MMA, some boxing news and stuff. But before she leaves, I'm going to put her on the hot seat. And I'm very confident when you keep it real, she'll come real. But I do want to say this. It has nothing to do with this. Bro, I've had a cat for 2 years, right?
Okay, this should be good. He knows
I
about
named
cats.
I named him Mellow because, you know, I like Carmelo Anthony.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, he was pretty mellow,
Yeah, yeah.
right? A little too mellow. I was starting to get worried about him. Took him to the vet today. Found out he's a she.
No way. Oh
Found
my
out it's a
God.
female cat, man. He doesn't have any balls. I was noticing there was
Okay,
something. I
so-
never really checked. I just went off where we adopted him, and they said he had a sack. No. I said, wait, hold on a second. I mean, how do you know this? And they go, look.
Oh my God. Okay, so
So I'm keeping the name Mellow anyways.
All right.
Because she's very mellow.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
how long have you had this cat?
2 years.
Oh my God.
Mellow could be short for Melanie.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
There you
I like
go.
that.
But
There
yeah,
you go.
but I mean, did that explain why she was so chill then?
she was, yeah.
There was nothing wrong with her. It was just she was just super fucking chill.
Well, now, she was just so sweet all the time.
Yeah.
Just a sweet cat. Come, rubbing your leg and just
Now,
doing
like
little cat
we've got
things.
cat, like you can kind of tell sometimes if they got the chubby cheeks, like oh he's got the cheeks. That's usually a male cat that if they got cheeks but no balls, it's a boy cat that got his nut snipped after he grew the cheeks out.
Yeah.
That's how you can tell a male cat.
you serious?
Yeah, you can look a male cat in the face.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
If they're not fixed, if they got their their huevos, their cheeks. If they haven't been fixed yet, will be kind of chunky. You just want to, their face is more round.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of tell a cat, like I got one right now. His cheeks are chubby. We just got him fixed like yesterday. But his cheeks are chubby already. They're
Oh my
always
gosh.
going to be like that. And that's how you can kind of look and go, oh, she's super cute. She's super cute. No balls. It's a girl cat.
I
But
came in and said,
chubbies.
what? Nothing's been chopped off. There was nothing there.
Oh my God.
And I didn't want to get a girl cat because I just didn't at the time. And
She's fixed though, right? I mean,
well, yeah, everything's cool.
she got a little tattoo on her tummy.
Everything's cool, man. I'm just like, what? Mello's what? I felt kind of heartbroken, but at the same time, I felt violated. I got the blanket, and I just went like that. you know what I mean? I was like, come on,
You're like,
man.
you were my boy,
Yeah. I told you all my stories. You agreed.
right? How could you give me that perspective?
And I go, all this time? I'm changing in front of you and whatnot. I just thought we were just chilling. You know what I mean? Now I found it out like, hey, come on, what's going on?
That's funny.
wow.
That's real talk.
I wouldn't have let you stay in the room,
Only
bro.
on the Fighters Voice Kick-Ass podcast. No, exactly.
So wrong, bro.
Exactly.
But the cat's pretty chill then, though.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
It's a
Chill-
she.
chill cats are cool,
it's
man.
a she. Melody.
Melody,
It's Mel now.
Mel.
Melanie.
Yeah.
Mel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Mel.
Miss Mel.
Yeah, Miss Mel. That's right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's
I just had to throw that
Doc,
in there. I throw
that's
that in
gonna
because
call
I
you
know
back
you're an
in like
animal
a week
lover.
and be like, oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I didn't read this note on the chart. No, that's a guy.
No, yeah,
Rich
there is
just
a
gonna be
kickstand.
Like, fuck it, I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah,
you're
there is-
you're whatever now.
Yeah,
you're just
no,
a cat now. You're just a cat now.
Yeah.
That's all we refer to you as cat. Come
You're
on,
a
cat.
cat.
Let's go.
Come here, cat.
Like Keanu
Come
Reeves
here,
and his
kitty cat.
dogs. Dog, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cute.
No, that's a cool story though.
No,
Bummer,
yeah, I just
bro.
had to share it.
Bummer, bro.
Bummer,
Well, I
yeah.
mean,
I could see you building the bond with the boy cat. I could
Yeah.
totally see him building like a bromance with
I
him.
trusted him. I told him a
Dude,
lot of
that's
stuff.
rough, bro.
I did, bro. I told him stuff, last time before the show.
That's fucking Richard's equivalent of going to church and be like, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. You're like, so you're not going to fucking believe what I did, dude.
Oh, man.
Like, that
no.
shit was a red light. And I just said, boom. Like, you would have been, woo. No,
Yeah, I was
that's how he,
taken-
like,
I was taken back
cleanses
by
his
it.
conscience. He's like,
Cleanses.
He's like,
I
look,
was
dude, I
taken
didn't
back by
see
it.
him. He came out of the street. Man, I think it was okay, but I just kept going.
I kept going, man. I didn't want to look back, get my heart broken and stuff. I've had it broken before.
Dude, I'm that way with squirrels. Like, I've almost gone off cliffs.
Oh, hitting a squirrel.
Trying to avoid
Okay.
squirrels.
Uh-huh.
Like
I'm
they
the same
fuck
way.
with you. Like they run out and they stop. They're like, yeah,
Yeah.
and they stop.
Yeah.
Because they think you're going to hit them, so they decide to stop. If you just keep going,
They'll go underneath
two
your
things
car.
are going to happen. He's either going to stop,
Yeah.
or he's not.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
That's
Like
it.
I've almost gone off a cliff, and I'm like, that was stupid. That was
Yeah.
so stupid,
Yeah.
dude. Just eat the guilt. Kill
Yeah.
the fucking squirrel. Like
Exactly.
it sounds cruel, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you're gonna go one way into traffic or another, or you're gonna
Yeah.
go into a car. You're gonna cause somebody else to wreck.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel 10 times more worse, and people know how
For a
much I love
freaking
animals.
squirrel, man.
Yeah, people know how I love animals.
Yeah.
But I was just
Me
like,
too.
yeah, but it's just like, dude,
You do.
if you want to play that stupid, they're playing games. It's like,
Yeah.
you want to play that stupid game, you're going to win stupid prizes.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to feel, all I'm saying is you're going to feel 1,000 times more worse if you go to avoid poor little fucking chipmunk and you hit a car and that car goes into a pole
Exactly.
and somebody goes through their windshield. Like, you're going to feel really bad about that.
Bro, I was taken back about it. When I was driving, I wasn't even okay. I almost went in the other lane, finding out that my freaking Mellow was no longer a fellow.
Like,
You know, it's like, man. That's real
I
talk.
don't know. Do you know what's funny? He probably didn't even rehearse that. That's just.
I never do, man.
That's just
Come
how
on.
he does.
Yeah, there's no way. I think that just had to
Yeah,
just roll
he just,
right off.
yeah, to find out
Right.
that his Mellow's not a fellow. That's
I
a rough.
know.
That's a
That's
bad
a
beat,
good
bro.
one.
It is rough.
You
It
should
is
write a
rough.
song about that.
I'm going to. I'm gonna be some Jack in my hands, and it's tears gonna come down. and
You're going
just-
to be doing what in your hand?
Jack Daniels, man. Jack Daniels, my man. Jack Daniels. Playing the guitar or something. And
Yeah,
just-
totally. Yeah, bro.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. Only on the Fighters Voice
You're
Kick-Ass
damn right.
podcast.
That's
It's like the
right.
game
Only
on
on the
Archers,
Fighters
dude.
Voice Kick-Ass
It's called the
podcast,
phrasing game.
where everything can happen. Now, that sure can happen on Tuesday's show. That's why
No.
I booked Carol on Wednesday's show. Carol, you know what? I,
you.
before we even move through, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on this one right here. Hey, you got some news to cover, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
we've got
let's talk
some.
about
I mean, a
that.
little bit.
And jump in anytime, Carol, because I want to hear your feedback and your take on a lot of the events that are occurring.
Absolutely.
There's not like a lot going on. I mean, you've got Bellator has been doing some things. I find that it's not really going on anytime soon. UFC this weekend, for all that already know, you've got. I was 5 out of 3 or 3 out of 5, by the way, on my picks.
That's good.
It's better than 50%.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
It's better than 50%. If I was in Vegas, I would have bet on those sons of bitches. I was really thrown off by the main. I mean, I'm not too surprised that it ended that way. Ferguson, like I said, Ferguson's striking. But again, 11-win fight win streak. Hadn't fought since October. That's a long time to be off for your first opponent back to be somebody who's down to just bang with you.
No kidding.
Like Cerrone. And he's on a 3-fight win streak.
Yeah.
He's been more active. So all the math kind of said Cerrone. That's, you know, and plus my heart was in it. But dude, fuck. So what's his name went on saying that it was a bad stoppage. It was a late hit, all this bullshit. And I looked at it and I'm like, okay, it was a late hit. It wasn't a late hit where it was like late. It was
Boom.
like it was the message had already been sent.
Yeah.
Throw the punch, and Cerrone just happened to be at the wrong
Matter of time.
He just happened to be in gun range.
Yeah.
That was it.
Right.
If he would have been backed up a little bit, which isn't his own fault, protect yourself at all times. He knows that. You just fucking he knows that. That's all there is to
Yeah.
it. And he just got caught. That didn't cause what happened though. He blew his nose on a fractured
Yep.
orbital bone.
Yep.
Is what caused it. The punch isn't what caused that fracture. That fracture was already happening. I watched that fight. I went back and watched that fight actually, and just he was just getting dotted the fuck up on it.
Yeah.
So to say that it's in no ways Tony's fault. Tony did his job.
Yeah.
Tony went up there and did his job. Cerrone made the mistake of blowing his nose, and
Biggest
it just
mistake.
and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
That's all there was to it. But even if they let him fight,
Ay.
that was going to be such a massive downhill
that's-
disadvantage
No
going
way.
out that gate because you now cannot see out of this side.
Right.
And you're putting your career in jeopardy. Not worth
Ferguson's
it.
going to go left-handed on you,
Yeah.
and you're going to take a fucking shin to the head because you're not
Yeah.
going to see it come because you're going to be looking like this, and you're going to miss that. Nah, dude, that was
Right.
all bad. And Cerrone would have fought. Everybody knows
Yeah,
he
he,
would.
he has a great
he's
attitude.
A savage.
Yeah,
though.
he
He had a
would've
great
been-
attitude
dude, He
afterwards.
would have been like, cool, fucking stick a needle in it, drain it, let's go. Like, he
Yeah.
really would have. If they had said, dude, we can hypo it, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, he
hypo it,
would.
go. But it's dangerous at that point. So I can see I think it was Joe Schelling that posted that? He was really adamant, I think, about it. It was part
Yeah.
of, it was somebody from Ferguson's, or Cerrone's camp
Yeah.
was super mad about it. And I can get their
Well,
frustration.
somebody has to make a statement, and they got to make a statement for their boy, and that's just normal. Does it make sense at the time?
At
To
the
him,
time,
it did.
probably, yeah.
But after a couple
emotionally,
days,
yeah, it probably makes
absolutely.
way sense.
Sure.
But it's just that's
Why did he
All-
blow his nose?
just bad choice.
Okay.
His
I
nose
mean,
had been broke.
Fighters should know better. I mean,
And that's why he even said it.
I was
Cerrone
thinking he's
even
not
said
to
probably
blow
it.
your
concussed.
nose.
Yeah, and Cerrone even said, he's like, I fucked up. I blew my nose. He's like,
See,
I'm a
that-
vet. I don't know why I did that.
I'm shocked that
So
he actually did that.
It happened. You know what?
It happens.
It happens.
It happens,
And,
but-
I mean, you could get popped so hard sometimes that you don't think about all the,
Exactly.
the instant
Yeah.
repercussions. And if he didn't have a fractured orbital bone, though, it wouldn't have
Been that bad.
ballooned up.
Yeah.
So not knowing you're not hurt is a possibility reason too. Not knowing your eye hurt, is damaged
Yeah.
could be a possibility. So you just go to blow your nose. You don't know that. There's lots of ways. Like I've had my nose broke 6 times. I didn't even fucking know that. I thought I had my nose broke once.
Oh,
And
really?
they told me that when they finally fixed it, they
You
told me
said
there was
6
like,
times you had it broke?
yeah, and I thought it
Yeah.
got broken once. And they
Yeah.
told me after, they was like, dude, you had like 6 layers of scar tissue. And I'm like, what's that mean? They're like, you've had your nose broke 6 times. And I'm like, shut up.
They only told me one time.
Yeah, like I've heard pops and stuff, and I've had
okay.
days where like I got punched and it made my eyes water really bad, and my nose would
You
bleed.
felt it like kind of crackle, like
Yeah, well, at one point my nose could just wiggle back and forth. Like
Oh, hell
I could
no.
flatten it out.
Whoa.
And I just thought I was lucky. I was like, that's why I never got my nose broke. Like that kid must have punched me really fucking hard. Like that's all I thought was it finally gave. And I'm like, dude, my nose has just been wibble wobble for 6 fucking times. So you could not know you're hurt, go to
Yeah.
blow your nose. What the fuck? Because it just
Yeah.
puffed. So I don't blame him for that. It's not Ferguson's fault.
Yeah.
He did his
Yeah.
job.
I mean,
So,
people make mistakes. They make mistakes. But
the only one who really made a mistake, I would say, would be the ref, and not even really a mistake. He just will know to be in there a little faster and a
Yes.
little more in
Bang,
there
bang, play.
next time. Really just break it. Throw your
Yeah.
whole body in there. That's the whole point. Just fucking throw your body in there.
Right.
So they're all pros there. That whole ring was filled with nothing but professionals.
Mm-hmm.
It's just timing was off.
It's easier said than done to position yourself when you hear the 10-second mark. To
True.
position yourself.
It's
And sometimes,
at that
There's
time,
a lot
when
going
you
on.
hear that like that,
Yes.
you're like right fucking there, and you need to
Exactly.
be right there to where
Exactly.
you need to be
Exactly.
so close that you risk getting hit.
Exactly.
Like
Yes.
you should be because they're not gonna stop.
No.
Exactly.
They're going to go until you stop them. That's just how we're fucking conditioned. You don't stop until the ref stops you, because if they let it go, if they're not stopping it, the round's still going.
That's on the second page when you sign to be a referee. You know that.
Something.
Hey,
Well,
yes,
I guarantee
exactly.
you that's like rule number 2 at Big John McCarthy's training camp is stop the fucking fight. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
if you're not willing to stop it, or you're too scared to, get out of my class, kind of thing. And that's his main approach. So you've got that fight, you got the main. Shevchenko, fucking stretched out eye, starched, head kick, just shin. She set it up. It wasn't that eye is just, and a lot of people were like, eye doesn't know what she's doing. No, that's not what it was. She got set up and she bit. That's all that happened. She took a liver shot, and she took another one, and she went to fucking block it. You see her arms go out, expecting there to be a kick there, and it just came right over the top, and bunk, that was it. And it even caught some of the glove. But enough of that went on her, and that was it.
Caught her
So
clean.
it wasn't that I just made a mistake. She got bashed it twice. Maybe didn't think she was, because you have to think like 2 and 3 steps ahead.
Right.
Oh, it landed. They're gonna think I think they're gonna go to my body again. They're gonna go to my head, but they're gonna go to my body thinking I'm trying to counter them and go high and take a liver shot and be down. So you got to think, is it that or that? She bet on the liver shot, fucking headshot. So Shevchenko, I picked that one. I picked her to win that one too, and I think I picked the like second round TKO or something like that.
How about in the main event? Who'd you pick?
I picked Cerrone on the main event just because, like I said, the Cejudo, the main event for Cejudo. I picked Cejudo, and I picked either, I think it was going to be a decision or like a second or third round TKO. I'd have to go back and look at my notes, but I picked Cejudo to win that one just because everyone's like, oh, lucky this, lucky that. Dude, luck has nothing to do with it. When you're beating guys like TJ Dillashaw, you're beating guys like Demetrius Johnson, you're beating guys I mean, you're a Rafael Sloy, you're just beating these kind of guys.
And pretty convincingly.
Yeah, you're not decision winning them. You're not like, okay, this takes nothing away from DJ, not a goddamn thing. But a majority of his career title defense wins at 125 were decision wins. It wasn't until the last couple fights where he was like, okay, I'm done
knocked out
fucking around.
Benavidez in the first round rematch, right?
Yeah, but majority of them were like decision wins where he just wears you the fuck down and runs you out.
Outworks you, out hustles you.
Cejudo's just coming out there and just going, you're done, you're done, you're done, you're done.
Yeah.
We posted that the other day, and some guy was like, oh, cleared out the division. What? Point is, who else is there?
Exactly.
All of his last opponents, he's just finishing people in 2 separate weight classes.
Well, those are easy when you press and pause on your footage when you watch it on TV.
But I can see when, like,
I'll just give the dude a hard time.
But I can, and I can see, like, if you think Dillashaw and DJ were like lucky wins, I can see that perspective of that.
He called out Cruz, right? He was on the list.
Yeah, he's calling out Cruz and Garbrandt. Garbrandt, I think. I don't know.
And also
Garbrandt's different these days,
California
man.
Kid. Uriah called him out too.
Faber's going to fight on the SAC card, so I'd love to see how that fight looks. I'd love to see how he looks. And that's exactly what I'm saying. If he shows up for work, I think, fuck yeah, I'd love to see him fight Cejudo. He'd be down.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I bought tickets for it already, so I don't even know who's on the card other than Uriah.
Yeah, and he was.
I don't even care. I just want to go.
Just because it's going to be a hometown SAC card. So I can't really say until I see Faber fight again. I actually have. I don't want to know
where to put him.
Yeah, like I don't know where to put him right now. Like it's been so long since he's fought anybody on this level.
How many years? How many years has it been? I don't
know. I'm saying like 2 years.
Has it
like
been?
Two coming up on like
3.
2+ right now is what I think where we're at.
2 undecided years. I mean, I don't think he wanted to make that move. He probably
did.
He needed a break, but he's getting that itch again.
Exactly. He was more of he needed to just have some time off. But the thing is though, he's not stupid.
No.
He actually
before
he actually made that announcement and decision, I guarantee you he sat down with a couple people. Fucking Shelby and those guys could have even been some of them, and they said, okay, let's look at the division right now.
Yeah. So
and so's out for 2 years. So and so's hurt. He's questionable now. This guy, that guy, and they're looking at it going,
if there's ever a time,
if there's ever a fucking time to get UFC gold, now is the perfect time for him to do it. Like the division is so they're so wavy right now,
and that's the sport.
Yeah,
and that's the business. So some people just happen to fall in at the right time.
It seems like the littler guys and the heavyweight guys tend to have like the most fluctuation. You seem like the middle and welterweight belt never really changed hands. Like GSP held on to it for fucking ever. Yep. DJ held on to the 25 forever. Yeah. Now we're gonna see like the 35's gone like this, the 45's gone like this, the light heavyweight's gone like this. It's just.
Well, let me pick your brain on this, and because I haven't not heard from you, we haven't discussed it yet. We've had a conversation. Okay,
it should be good.
New heavyweight champion of the world,
yes.
Andy Reese Jr.
Jr.
And we had the opportunity of talking to him beforehand. We made
Well
it
beforehand.
We made well beforehand.
Before
and
his,
it is
he was
noted.
a Stockton fight or something he was getting
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
for,
he was
right?
getting ready to fight in LA, and
Yeah.
he was on PBC, and
That's
then we
right.
talked about, hey, there may be an opening. You're
Yeah.
available. Would you consider? Oh, well, yeah, well, you know, and then
Sure
he dropped
shit, that
and then
scenario,
then he dropped the news on the
It
Fighter's
was just,
Voice.
yeah, it was pretty cool to have that
And
scenario
when we
come
dropped
out.
the news, he
That was
told me,
great.
hey, let's hold off on the posting because Eddie Hearn
Mm-hmm.
just said something to the effect. The next day it was announced. He called in live from New York City on that
Yes,
Wednesday.
that was great.
And shocked the world, man.
Well, you know,
All here on the Fighter's Voice,
But
right?
now here's the
on
thing
the
is,
Fighter's
though-
Voice, the
That's
only
right.
voice that matters.
Yes.
I keep hearing people saying, "Oh, he shocked the world. He shocked the world." Did he though? Everyone's getting so shocked by his persona.
you know
like
what?
there is why they're shocked.
We're talking about the heavyweight champion of the world who was just walking through people,
Yeah.
making quick work of people.
Exactly.
So when it was handed to him, it was a shock for a lot of people. It was a shock. First of all, it was a shock that he got the opportunity.
It's a
and
visual.
everything fell in place because you had contenders turn down that fight. Because
Well,
they
yeah.
said, I didn't have enough time. I didn't. And
Well,
see, you
nobody wanted
never
to get-
know if you're ever going to get an opportunity ever in this world.
That's
for,
right.
For
Yeah.
the best crown in the world, and that's the heavyweight title.
It just it boils down to they needed an opponent that they knew had a record that if he did beat Joshua, they could fall back on and go, look at the kid's record.
Exactly.
Like everyone's looking. Here's the thing: everybody's looking at him.
Yeah.
And they're going, what the fuck?
Exactly.
You need to look at him, the boxer.
Yes.
What has he done?
Yeah.
Put his record next to a picture of him and fine. If you want to look at him and go,
Yeah.
oh, that dude, tortillas, this, and dude, sure, great, go ahead and say it. But put his fucking record and how young he was when that record was being established, put that next to the same picture and go, there you go.
There you go.
That's why they needed to be able to say, if he beats Joshua, we need to be able to justify this, and this justifies it.
That
Like,
wasn't even a sentence coming out of their mouth. If he
Yeah.
beats Joshua, they didn't even think about that. So, what's your whole take on he promoted himself and went after the promotion? I'm sorry, the sponsor he wanted. He was endorsing Snickers way back when, and now
Yeah.
he just recently signed
Did
a deal
he?
with
Did
him.
he?
Yes.
Yeah,
it
really?
hasn't been official, but he has a Snickers heavyweight.
Oh,
belt.
shut
And
up.
yes, he does. I posted
Well,
it.
good for him.
And
Let
they're
him capitalize on
they're
that.
discussing numbers.
That is
when
gotta
we
get
brought
on
up
that
Snickers.
train.
We brought it up twice. He goes, well, right now I want to concentrate on the fight. At the very end, he
Yeah.
says, well, they'll probably do something at the last minute, but again, I want to concentrate on the fight.
Yeah, like that. Sponsors aren't my ideal.
Oh, but hey,
thanks
they're all
right
over him now.
Now there's
Well, good for him. He
speaking of
deserves
that,
it.
Yes.
I heard there's an automatic rematch clause in that contract.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there is.
So no matter what,
And
does he get the next
What do you want to know
fight?
where the
November.
bidding where the bidding's at? Okay, they
For
want him
what,
to go
for
to
the purse?
Yes, they want him to go to the UK.
What was
Oh,
his
no.
purse?
This purse he cleared close either $5 million or $7 million.
Okay, so then
As opposed to his biggest purse then was man, I don't like to put people's business out
Yeah,
there.
no, that's fine. But
you
okay,
could look
but
at
that-
was
that
not
first
even
answer
freaking
alone.
close to that. Even when he fought for the WBO heavyweight title.
But those being the numbers that those rough
Yes.
numbers that they are would say that that's going to be like a double-digit number now.
Well, let me tell you this: since they want to go to UK. He's now picked up an advisor, chief advisor, to help him with all his numbers. Because now you're
Yeah,
dealing with
now
big
you're
numbers.
dealing with-
Yes.
So
yeah.
he said
Smart.
the asking price for me to go is $50 million.
Shut the fuck
So you can settle for the 20 to 25.
Seriously?
Good for you, Andy.
Oh my God!
Good for
right
you.
on.
Shut up.
Yes.
Good for you. Yes.
Wow.
That's the asking. I'll
Good
go.
for
I'll
you.
go over there for
Now,
50 mil.
is it-
And there's no way they're going to say, okay, now Eddie Hearn is saying, well, it may be in New York.
Well, now
feeling
who
me?
does he have to fight? Does he have to fight
There is
Joshua
yes.
next?
Yes.
Now,
I don't know about next.
that's what I'm saying. Is
but
there's
it's in
a
it's in-
rematch clause, but
Yeah.
okay, so the rematch clause would have to be automatic. Then that's the only thing that makes sense because you're automatically rematching for the chance at the belt. You can't
you know what?
rematch him after he loses to someone
You
else.
know, a lot of people say, let him fight a tomato can first. No. I actually believe he'll do it again. And he's hot.
I do too.
He put something in his head.
Now, here's what I
You're
wanna
talking
know.
about an undefeated man who has never been knocked out. He was dominated at his own game
Mm-hmm.
and hurt very bad. But you know what? I will say, Anthony Joshua, his whole team and his people, class act after the fight.
Oh, most
Class
definitely.
act, big time.
Of course.
Most definitely.
They
They've
were
gotta
trying to
look
pull
at
out
it-
excuses. The public was trying to pull out excuses. He goes, no, that's not
Nah.
what happened.
No.
He beat me fair and square.
Yes.
They found a dude for me last minute to take on a heavyweight title fight
Yeah.
against me. Basically last minute. Like we have no room for excuses here, and they knew that. They didn't need them. They realized what happened. Just fucking wasn't our night. So it's to have the automatic rematch clause though. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like I've never experienced an automatic
Because
rematch
it's
clause.
boxing when you're dealing with heavyweights. You know, you worked with a heavyweight. Your heavyweight won on the undercard of that New York
Yes,
fight.
as a matter
Yeah.
of fact.
It's more of a-
Congratulations
Yeah,
to
give him
Rodney
props.
Hernandez.
Rodney
from,
Hernandez.
From Modesto.
From Modesto.
Yeah, Kane Corso.
Yeah.
I've worked his corner before. I've trained him. I've been in his training camps with his other coaches. He's with a different training camp now, but he's doing great, and I'm just so happy for him. And I think he has a fight coming up. I don't know who he's fighting yet, but he's doing great. So I'm very proud of him. So congratulations, Rodney.
Yeah, congratulations.
Good
I
job.
want to switch it up real quick. I got to talk about my man. He's fighting this Saturday. Al Tiburon, Andy Vincent
Vinces.
from San Jose, California. My man, class act, blue collar, only
That's
knows
right.
one gear, and it's high gear. He gives it his all, leaves everything. And, I mean, the man was working full time, preparing for a wedding. Taking the opportunity of defending his bout. He was supposed to be on the card of the Stockton card, and also I want to say congratulations, Gabriel Flores Jr.,
Yes.
unanimous decision.
Big time.
When you think of the future of boxing, think of Gabriel Flores Jr. That tandem is working very well. Father and son, they're doing very well. Andy Vincent was supposed to be on that card.
Yes.
He gets a call, say you're no longer going to be on that card. You're going to be on the undercard of Tyson Fury.
Yep,
Oh, nice.
The Gypsy King, Las Vegas, Nevada, MGM Grand on a Saturday, prime time, ESPN,
Yeah.
Top Ranked Boxing.
Yeah.
Nice.
And now he's on there to showcase his talent to the masses, to the world,
I'm so
and
happy
go
for him.
global.
Yeah.
He's fighting another man, Bal is his last name, undefeated. So someone's, it got to go big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And I'm very confident. Andy's prophesied over this. He said, Richard, one day this is going to happen. He goes, and I'm going to take it, not think twice, not blink, and I'm going to take that opportunity.
Good.
And I'm very
He
excited for him.
deserves it.
Oh, he does.
He deserves it, and
He
I really
does.
believe in him. I think he's going to take it.
What's your whole take on that? And Andy Vincent's getting this opportunity to be on prime time.
Oh, I think it's awesome. He should definitely capitalize on that and just get in there and do what he knows best. Like I said, I've seen him fight many of times, Tachi Palace
Yes.
and Save Mart Center, things like that.
Yeah.
But he's a great fighter, and I really truly believe that he can take it. And I'm just happy to see that it's going to be in Vegas and on a big card. That's
And you know what?
amazing.
I will say this. A lot of times you got to make business decisions, as well as you know, Cole. You got to be close to a certain promoter. You got to be close to a certain manager. You have to be.
matchmakers.
Andy made a decision to do it his way. He did what he had to do. Of course, he attended all the media. Of course, he did what was asked of him. But he didn't go beyond when he didn't feel right. And a lot of people, they frowned on it. But he stuck to it, his guns and his belief and his faith. And he has a golden opportunity this Saturday to as if to say, hey, I'm doing it my way.
No, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing it your way. Like I get the whole you've got to know certain promoters a certain way
Sure.
and stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, like you have to know them to an extent. Like
Yeah.
you need to know them so that you can book yourself fights, this and that. But at the end of the day, you don't really need to be their friend because whether they like you or not,
business.
all you got to do is win your fucking fight. No matter who they match you up with,
Yeah.
they can match you up with whoever they want and be like. And trust me, I've seen the scenario: fighting a guy that happens to be managed by the guy putting the card together.
Yeah.
You know, the shit like that.
matchmaker,
Yeah,
yeah.
that weird stuff happens. So you just have to be willing to beat anybody they put in front of you, and you also have to just be self-branding. That's really all you have to do early on. That's just
Mm-hmm.
it. Build a following so that you can actually say,
Right.
I'll sell tickets. Give me 200 tickets, I'll sell them.
Talk about branding. I want to give a big shout out to my man who shared the fighter's voice, Lalo's Boxing, the hottest IG right now. Lalo is just on fire. He's making it happen. Thanks for showing that love. When love goes around, man, it can never be stopped, but only lit and on the way to success. Lalo, I appreciate the love, my man. And maybe we'll go down to Jose's fight. I know you already got your tickets. I know you already booked your place, everything. And we're talking about Jose Ramirez putting his undefeated WBC junior
Texas,
light
right?
heavyweight, no, super light heavyweight.
Right.
I'm sorry, super lightweight title on the line with my man Hooker.
Yeah, I
The
saw that. I saw
WBL.
that photo. That's Texas, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Texas.
okay, I
Yes.
thought I saw
Lalo,
that.
my man, he's going down there. And
I saw that poster, and for
gonna
like
make it
half a
happen.
minute, I was like,
I
okay,
didn't-
is that real? Like,
Yeah.
it took me a sec to really realize. I thought it was
Well,
a poster that
actually,
somebody was like trying to get that
we
fight.
got the word, so I posted it.
Okay,
and
yeah,
I said,
that's
looking
what I
like
thought.
July, but I know some other people posted it too. I'm not the only one with ears. I'm not the only one that knows people that knows people that know people. But Lalo, man, keep up the good work, man, and keep sharing the page, my man.
So in like August.
Well, no,
No.
he's fighting in July 27th, I believe.
July 27th. He had a beard on him too, man.
Oh my God! I
Oh,
didn't
he's
even
rocking that
recognize
beard.
him. I didn't even recognize him. I was like,
Looking
"Who's
burly.
that?" That's
Kind of
not
look a little
him.
bit like Roberto Duran a little bit from the
He's-
side.
Yeah, a little bit,
he did.
kinda,
He was looking
yeah.
rough. He was looking
Yeah,
rough.
looking rough for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, you were talking about wanting to see that fight and if it was ever going to happen and just like,
Yeah.
would they be able to do it? Was it going to be worth the money?
Exactly.
Did they want to get some money out of some other fights first? I mean, there you go.
Marie Silker is going to happen. And I won't reveal what my man said, but I asked, guess who I asked? I asked, who do you think is going to win? And I gave my friend a call, Regis. Rigaroo, what's happening, my man? He's making it happen. He's the dude who's freaking skydiving, playing with snakes, crocodile hunting, and he just lives life on the edge.
Oh,
We've
that's
had him on the
cool.
show a couple of times. And remember, he said, not that personal against Jose, he just has a belt that I want.
Yeah.
So I asked him, who's going to win that fight? And he told me. But I'm not going to release that answer until
Oh, yeah?
that Wednesday on the show
Wow.
before we lead up there.
You know,
there
you
you go.
could
No,
have
that's
just
good.
released his answer and not the
Nah.
name. You know, not the name. That would have, you know.
Now I'm gonna let my man say it again because I have the quote and we're gonna be actually. Hey, Regis, you're gonna be getting your shirt and hat soon. I sent it to that address, so it's gonna be there, and I want to see you rock it, man.
Did you get your chocolate yet?
No, Christian, my man, print up. Come on, I even helped you out with Macho Camacho Jr., my man. Wait for that chocolate. And I'm going to get my passport. If your ring announcer gets a sore throat, I'll be there. And how long does it take to get to Canada?
Canadian chocolate? Depends. I mean, I don't know what the new border laws over there. I know that they
Christian
don't
to
want
get
us
me
there.
in.
though, so-
Christian to get me in, man.
Christian just be standing at the gate. Come on.
Yeah, he'll say, hey, let him in. Let him in.
No,
let
yeah,
him in.
that'd be fun. They got
It
some
will be
new.
fun.
They put like some new golf cart, like
He ain't gonna
multi-tier
pick me up
story
in a golf cart. Christian's doing well.
Christian would give me golf cart passes if I want to go.
Nah, hey, that's the dude. We got to get him on the show, but in studio.
That's gonna be rough.
No,
that'd be hard.
we'll
that
make it
guy
happen.
is
Because he's
working, like,
friends
every single
with
day.
Jeff Bray, and Jeff Bray's in gosh dang it, what's the town? That's his buddy he used to work with when he was in charge of entertainment in Lemoore.
Okay.
So I know they've been going back and forth. Hey, when are you going to come by and so forth? Because like I said, I know people that know people that know people.
Man, I don't know. Christian works like 8 days a week. I don't know.
No, I know, but he needs
Doesn't
to
he
slide
run
over
like a
here.
whole department for that casino?
Bro, he doesn't sleep.
Exactly.
Have you seen when he goes on live? I mean, he's all, looks like Cheech and Chong was kicking it with him. But he keeps it real, though. I mean, he's right on the mark, man. He's right on the mark. So how you like the show? How you liking the show?
Oh, this is great. I love
It's
it.
different.
It's
It's-
very
this is great.
it's,
Okay.
it's very
Okay,
comfortable
okay.
and natural.
I'm going to ask you, you've been on a lot of shows, you've done a lot of interviews. Who is the hottest show behind the microphone in this area that you ever been on?
The fighter's voice.
The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. We're simply
Yes.
knocking out the competition. If you're not here, you probably got knocked out.
Could you imagine
Me
asking
and
that
Carol,
question?
me and Carol go way back. That's why I can say that. Okay, don't get all
Yes.
butthurt and start texting me, email. Richard, you know damn well. No. Come on, hold on to your chonies. In this case, your panties. Me and Carol go way back before any of this stuff.
Yeah.
way back before I even was a host on a radio show.
Yes.
way back when.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we've
I
known
didn't
each
just
other
meet
for a
her
while.
this year. So no.
No. We definitely go way
Yes.
back.
But what did we
so.
talk about in those conversations when I was actually going to the other show? I said, I need you as a co-host. I go, think about it. Remember I said that?
Yeah, you used to
Yes,
try to
yes.
want me to go out and go to
Because
fights.
of
and
the boxing knowledge.
Yeah. The boxing knowledge, and maybe
respected
go
that.
out and maybe do some interviews or something.
way back when.
Oh, that
remember
was
that?
a long time ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, between the two of you, we can make like a boxing Trivial Pursuit game. I'm just
Absolutely.
saying.
Ah, that would be
Like,
fun.
Yeah.
Trivial Pursuit Boxing
Yeah.
Edition.
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. So keep your Tuesdays clear.
Ah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the radio
So what
show
does that
Tuesday
sound
night.
like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like an invitation. Don't send a contract.
all I could say is be careful. He's tricky.
I
He's
know.
tricky.
I know that.
Like he'll talk you into agreeing to go to the show, and you'd be like, "What are we doing? This," and you'd be like, "All right, let's
Yeah.
go." And
Hey,
then you realize it was the right decision anyway. That's all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
absolutely. Absolutely. It's because I believe in you.
Oh, thanks.
Or
Richard.
I believe in that person. I said, hey, show up this day and let's do this or let's do that.
Well, you
I
know,
believe in the
you
talent.
know me though. You can always count on me as far as when I say I'm going to do something, I do it,
Yeah.
and I'm professional every time I'm doing
I,
something.
I appreciate that, and the public appreciates that, and all these viewers appreciate that.
Promoters
I
appreciate
noticed
it.
all that fan mail you're getting. I mean, she said she was gonna be on the show, and they said, "Girl, knock it out." It went all the way down. Give me your autograph. You keep doing you.
So
and
we're gonna
she
hit
has
like,
a following,
like
bro.
a 1.5 thousand plus views.
I
We're
think
gonna
so.
get that. She's got that following.
I think so.
You
We just
know-
hit the surface because she has a story to tell. She really does. And we touched on it a little bit. I'm glad she introduced it to everybody. I didn't want to quite go there unless she wanted to, but I was hoping so because it's a terrific story of
Well,
her
thank
being
you.
a true fighter in and out of the ring, in this cage, also the cage.
we're gonna start pimping you out to do like
Yeah.
speeches at schools. No,
Yeah.
seriously.
Oh, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I would
Like,
love that.
You really should.
No,
You
seriously, I would really
tell
like
them that
that.
story, and then you tell them what you're doing now, and you just it's reality. It's a lot. It's easy when you get like principals and student counselors and things like that. They come in and are like, we're going to tell you a story about this guy, and we're going to tell you a story about this woman or this and that. It's like, yeah, great, okay, because you're telling them a story about somebody else that they're just like, yeah. So however you tell us the story is how you want us to know the story. Versus you coming in and going, look, here's what happened.
Yeah.
Here's how I did this. Here's how I did that. Here's how I kept going. Because versus kids just going, well, how'd you do it? Here's how. Like they
Exactly.
can't ask the principal, they can't ask the guidance counselor, well, how'd they do it? Well, fuck, I don't know. And if they try to tell them they do,
Right.
unless they personally know them and were
Yeah.
and part of that process,
Exactly.
then they can go, I don't know. So it's better to have.
She has
the
a lot
person
to
there.
offer, man. Not just kids, but adults. I
Well,
mean,
just in general,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
motivational,
Yeah.
problem people. You know, you just have really down on yourself, things like that. Just positive thoughts.
Bro, pick her brain completely, man.
Yeah.
Cole, take us away. Tell us in 1 minute, man, what's going on? What can we look for? Any changes coming up? I
Well-
don't want to leak it out. You can let everybody know that you were hitting the heavy bag again.
I don't know if I haven't got to hit the heavy bag yet.
Okay.
I've just been fucking my feet up. Pop will
Okay.
attest to it. James Porter, he was there. No,
okay.
I've been in there helping my coach Pop over at D-Throne with some of the fighters over there, some of the
Good.
newer guys,
Cool.
bringing them along.
Okay, people got to go get some content next time he's out there. We definitely
Guys
gotta
like
go get it.
James Porter, I think he's fighting a cat from Visalia. Matter of fact, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he's fighting a cat from Visalia.
Okay.
I don't know if I can even talk about what card he's going to be on though, but it's
okay.
it's going to be somebody else we know is going to be headlining it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's going to be headlining that card, and that's
Oh, that's
supposed, yeah,
great.
that's supposed to be the same card. So he's
Okay.
getting, I'm helping coach get him ready for that.
Good.
Things like that. Just helping some of the other guys that
Yeah.
are coming. They've had like a couple fights, newer guys. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to come in and help.
Yeah.
Get back in shape. You know, never hurts.
Chris tagged you about something. What does he got going on in Madeira?
Oh,
Real quick,
that
let us
was
know.
yeah. No, I could tell you that right now. It's like a pack event almost kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's a kickboxing thing.
Yeah.
It's amateur kickboxing. I think it's a solo day event. And
Zoila Frosto is going to be there as well.
yeah,
too, right?
Zoila's going to
Yeah.
be doing a seminar. I know the time. Yeah, it's going to be from.
And that's at Madeira Martial
it's-
Arts.
Yeah, it's an IKF PKB semi-contact, no contact, no knockouts thing. So they
Yeah.
don't want you going hardcore to the head and stuff,
Right,
things like
right.
that. They don't want people getting hurt. They want people learning. They want people getting
That's great.
experience, things like that.
That's good.
So
Great learning
that's going to
tool.
be on September 14th. That is going to be, let's see, if you register for July, if you get a discount, if you register before July 31st, you'll
Yeah.
get a discount. Zoila's going to be doing there. That's what I want to talk about. Zoila's going to be doing a seminar. They're going to do, I think, a weigh-in in the morning. Yeah, weigh-ins will be at
Right.
9 to 10. And then the Frosto Sister Seminar.
Yeah.
So if you want to get really fancy with it, the Sister Seminar will be at 10:30, and then the rules meeting will be at noon.
Okay.
So you can go. It's going to be free for participants. So if you're already going to be competing that day, it'll be free for you.
Oh, okay.
And I think the seminar is
That's 2 for 1. That's a good deal.
yeah, day of. Let's see, spectators, I get these $20 for day of, but I know there's a price for. I think it's free for fighters. You get to
Yeah.
do the seminar for free if you're a fighter. You can go. That's as much as I know on that part. But I think there's a cost if you're not participating,
In
but
the-
you want to go and
right.
check out the seminar anyway. I think there's a mat fee kind of thing.
Okay.
So go on my Facebook page, check it out. It's on my Facebook page. That's going to be in September. That's about it. The Nurmagomedov, Khabib, and Poirier. They announced that fight for Abu Dhabi. That's going to be in like September, I think.
Yeah.
That's going to be that. That's when we're going to get a clear picture on where that
on what
division is going
exactly
to
is
go.
going on,
Because
yeah.
if Khabib keeps his belt, then I don't know who really is going to have
What,
chances for it. I mean, Connor
man.
keeps
what,
going to
what
pick it
about
out.
Diaz and Pettis?
Nate Diaz and Pettis are going to fight. That's going to be in
it's August 17th.
August
in LA.
17th. So that'll be, but that's at 170 though.
Yeah, it is.
So that's not really going to have an effect on that. But I don't know either. It's good just to see any of the Diaz brothers. It's good to see Nate
Yeah.
back in. And they
Big
asked him in
time.
an interview, like, why haven't
Yeah.
you fought for them in like 3 years? Is like, because they won't fucking pay me.
Yeah, he keeps it real.
The simple fact that he made the kind of money he made when he fought Conor the first time,
And the second time.
showed him. Yeah, because I think he made a
Yeah.
little more the second time
Yeah.
than he did the first time because they basically had to pay him a little more to
Yeah.
say, look, take the fight.
I love that soundbite. What is this freaking Money Channel? or
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
I love that
exactly,
soundbite, yeah.
dude. So, but he realizes his
Value.
dollar value.
Yeah.
He knows that it's there. The money's basically he proved that the money's fucking
Yeah.
there
Yep.
if they want the fight to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
And he proved it.
Right.
Just having those 2 fights alone proved it. He's like, if the people want it and they want to make it happen, they'll have the money. So for them to say, you know, at the same time, in Dana White's defense and those guys, fighters are actually paid really well. Not great versus what kind of risk I think that they're taking and stuff, but the amount of money that can be made is not just based on what the UFC is paying you. Remember, the UFC is just paying you for a fight.
Well, you said it best. Just keep winning.
Keep winning, but brand yourself. Like, if you're not using their fucking giant
Platform,
promotional
my
monster that they're
gosh.
putting you on to
Right.
market yourself to get those side dollars, like look at guys like Cerrone. Now, granted, it's a hard example because he's been fighting for fucking ever and he's an
Yeah.
established fighter and stuff.
He's a veteran.
But you can get sponsors outside of Reebok and stuff. You just have to find some way to make the arrangement that you aren't going to be able to wear their logos
And you,
there. You have to come up with other
can
creative
reinvent
ways.
yourself. It's been done.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, if
absolutely.
you can't wear
I've
the
seen
logo
it.
in the ring, do promotional videos.
Yeah.
Stop by their stores. Stop by their shops. Do a 5-minute segment with their products. Like they're sponsoring you, paying you. Do segments, things
Yeah.
like that. Tell them like these are the ways that you can be a good.
Look at our little entrepreneur in this area.
Yeah.
I mean, she's always plugging Bobby Salazar
Exactly,
Salsa.
yeah.
But I wish she would fix the button where I can share
Yeah,
it.
dude, what is wrong with you?
Get it
Seriously,
done.
You're killing me.
The
Figure
gem,
it out,
Jenna the
fix
gem.
it.
Yes,
Yeah,
we got to
fix
get
it.
you back on the show.
Like it's just, I can see if you just want to get maybe the marketing numbers get diluted if it does become shareable because she can't show unique views because then it's a view that's established on a share or something.
Well,
So
we'll
maybe
find
there's
out.
that.
We're going to get her on and possibly the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, totally.
So
No,
working
but
on
that's what she's doing is she's doing all those side products and things. So and that's what you do. Those are ways that you hustle that side sponsor money when you know you can't put their logo. So the potential for money's there. Fighters aren't paid really good versus I think the amount of risk that those higher level guys go. But at the same time, they're paid way better than everybody else outside of like Bellator and Japan. Everybody else like down. I don't know what come out there, but I don't know what they pay. But everything else is kind of like farm league money. So it's like, if you're going to make like more money, let me put it this way. I made more money losing my first fight for them than I made more money winning any other fight outside of Japan.
Wow.
If that makes any sense. And this was back like
That's the
7-8 years
that's the
ago.
roller coaster of a fighter, man.
Yeah. So, but to show numbers like
nailed it.
7 years ago, I was making that money losing. I was making more money winning than any fight I'd had outside of the UFC and then outside of Japan. 'Cause Japan was like 10 flat. It was just a different beast out there. But to lose a fight and make more money losing.
You need to start making some Snickers money, my man. I'm gonna bring Snickers. You know what? I'm gonna start eating Snickers over here. I'm gonna have Snickers here.
It's a different breed, dude. It's a different marketing age.
Start promoting it free, and maybe it'll pay off. Like Andy I almost said Andy Vincent's. I'm thinking about Andy Vincent's. Andy Reese Jr.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
That's-
I got a gas tank going. Let me get some traction on that first.
There you go.
August
There you go.
isn't that far.
No, it's not that far.
like
Okay,
2 months
okay,
away.
okay.
Yeah.
We could talk about that. We can definitely talk about that. What's going on in your life? Tell us in 1 minute, man, before you rock the show.
Just working as many fights as I can.
Yeah.
I've done some fights with Combate. Looking forward to future events.
Yeah.
Like Fresno and wherever else they want to take me. That would be great.
Yeah.
Look at there's Lee Samuels there from Top Rank.
Lee Samuels. And see, I was going to talk about that. When she works the Combate event, August 2nd, my man, and I know I've said, hey, we can do some stuff, and I got some of your video, but I just know we can get some cleaner video.
Sure.
KP, we got to get some footage of her working the corner, and then we got to make a trip of her working the corner in a boxing corner. Oh, I want to make sure, boxing corner. Lee Samuels, congratulations, Lee Samuels, made it official,
Yes,
been inducted
congratulations.
into the Hall of Fame,
Absolutely.
sat on the seat you're listening to, wore the same headphones, the same microphone, Hall of Famer. They don't make him any better
That's
than Lee
right.
Samuels, top rank Hall of Famer. And
He's a legend.
Exactly.
He's a
Broke bread
legend.
with Cassius Clay, Muhammad
Nice.
Ali,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the greats. Yeah, Lee Samuel.
Been doing it for over 40 years.
I introduced Carol to Lee Samuel, and he said, sounds like a great story. He goes, he goes, do you have any footage? Do you have anything? And then she goes, yeah, before she can ask, she goes, no, he goes, how good are you? That was a trick question.
Yeah.
And she goes,
He's full of those.
I'm the best. I'm very good. Or she says something to that effect. So I'm thinking, don't say, oh, I'm okay. He don't want to hear that or walk away. He had a paper in his hand, and he gets the paper and hits my shoulder. Give me some of her footage, and just walked away. I can care less. So I got some footage, but I know we can do better. I know we
Yeah.
can get sharper footage. So we'll get some content when she works the event, KP, August 2nd, and then we'll get some more. We'll put something
that would
together.
be great.
Because I am a man of my word. I will keep that. I
I
just had to go
appreciate
on
that.
and flow.
Sure you're doing
So in 30
corners.
seconds, man, take us away
Thank
before
you.
I grab the mic.
How do we get a hold of you? If we wanted to book you,
Yes.
how would we find you? Facebook, Instagram,
okay,
Twitter,
Facebook,
website.
Facebook, Carol Syracuse on Facebook or Carol the Cutwoman, and Carol the Cutwoman on Instagram. My email is carol_Syracuse@hotmail.com. And I'm willing to work any event in any area, even out of California, even out of the country.
There you go.
So I'm available. Call me.
There you go. So how do I get a hold of you if I want to buy you a drink? That's an inside joke because we've been going back and forth on this thing.
Well, why just shoot an uppercut?
Hey, we've been having a drink forever and haven't had one.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Going on like 4 years now.
Hey, let's have a beer.
Yes,
We never have
yes,
made it
yes,
happen.
yes, exactly.
It's all good.
Exactly.
But I do want to thank God, and I want to thank my
Amen.
father, and I wanted to
Yeah.
tell my dad that I love you very much, and I'm just very blessed that I still have you in my life, and
right.
that we can share our love of boxing together. And you're the best dad. You're my hero, and I love you.
There you go. Frank, I like that. You did a good job, Frank. And congratulations on kicking the 90s in the ass, man. Keep going right now.
Hell yeah.
Because hundreds up the road right now, and I know you're going to massacre that amount.
That's
Hey,
right.
this Saturday, Modesto, California, 209 Beatdown MMA at its finest, amateur MMA at its finest, 9. I'll be rocking the microphone inside of the cage. Get your tickets. There's still tickets available. It's at the Doubletree Hotel in Modesto, California. It's a great auditorium, a great event. It's done professionally. JR Entertainment, man. Go get your tickets. Make sure you're there. It's going to be an awesome card. They got security. They got cold ones. They got the fighters. They got Camo just doing it like no other staff. And also, they got a ring announcer who thinks he's badass, and there's only one way to prove it, by showing up. And you give me your feedback. Let me know the do's and don'ts and the won'ts, because I'm going to do it my way anyway. And listen, if you show up or if you call me, if you subscribe to the page, www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice, I'm going to randomly give out a pair of tickets for that event. So, LeVar Johnson, if you're open that Saturday, they wanted me to bring a UFC veteran there. I'm also going to work on Cole. They got a VIP table there. I'll be giving you a call after the show. As always, if I miss somebody, I apologize. Andy, we're in your corner. You're going to get that victory, and you're going to do big things. Hey, Andy Reese Jr., hey, I already talked to Rico at Red Wave. He's ready. We're going to let you breathe. Take your world tour, but we're going to bring you back here in Fresno, California. Bring you in the studio like we promised the fans, the viewers, the subscribers, and also Rico, Red Wave, and to give you some ink, man. Maybe put all your belts down there, or Snickers candy bar or something.
Dude,
I
yeah.
don't know what you want, my man. But hey, I appreciate you guys, and appreciate you, Carol. And as
Thank
always,
you.
it's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Thank you.
Remember, it's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, Cole Escovedo, the special guests, and all the crew right here at the Kick-Ass Podcast, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.